What is up guys, it's me Anthony. In this tutorial I'm gonna show you 10 easy effects every beginner can do.
Let's start. The first thing is to place two clips to each other since these are playing at the same time. Then drag and drop this split screen on top of both. You can download it in the description. Extend the length, and you see already a black line in the middle. In the effect controls, adjust the position. If you don't have the new Premiere version with the crop effect, search for crop in the effects panel and drag it to each clip. So, back on effects controls, play with the position and bring the clip to the left. Next, we crop the rest of the clip with the crop effect by playing with the right crop settings. Let's make the preview bigger. You can also work with decimal places to align the clip. You see our clip is now perfect in the middle. Let's do the same procedure with the second one. Highlight the clip and play also here with the position. That's actually it. You see how easy and fast it is to make a split screen. In the description, you can also download another split screen, this time a MP4 file which has a bit of grain. Just drag the split screen to the timeline and scale it to frame size by a right click, since this is a 4K file. Place both clips above each other and trim the split screen. Highlight the split screen, and in the effect controls, you set the blend mode to multiply. Then, as we learned, position the clips and crop them so they fit inside our split screen. There are many variants what you can do with split screens. Just be creative. That's the split screen. Let's check this effect out. Second effect. So let's start by zooming the timeline in and click the Cut tool and cut every other frame of the clip you want this effect on. Continue this as long as you want the effect. I go with around 2 seconds. Let me speed this up for you a little bit. So now, every other frame has a cut now. What we are going to do now is to select the selection tool and delete every other frame from it now. Let me also speed this up for you since this needs a bit of time. That's the flicker effect, which is super easy to do. Let's check out the next effect. So the third effect are film burns. In the description, you can download 10 4K film burns for free. Just import the folder and you can see a preview of each film burn. They are really easy to use. Just drag and drop them between two clips. Since they are 4K, I have to make a right click and scale them to frame size since I am using a HD timeline. Next, you need to go to the effect controls and then you set the blend mode to screen. That's it. You can make some adjustments by moving the film burn. Let's add another film burn. On the next clips, choose the one you like from the folder and drag them between two clips. Again, try to put the brightest part of the burn in the middle and make a right click and scale it to frame size. Then, in the effects panel, you set the blend mode to screen. Looks very dope. Let's add some sounds. Drag and drop a whoosh sound between the transition, and if you hold the Option key on Mac or Alt key on Windows, you can copy the sound effect. Speed up the copied whoosh, and that's it. Okay, let's start straight and open the effects panel where you look for the lens distortion. Drag and drop the lens distortion to your clip, then we can start doing the settings. For that, go to the effect controls. On lens distortion, set the curvature to 100. Next, scale up your clip to get rid of the white space. Make sure no white space is left. Do a right click on your clip and go down to Nest, where we can now nest our clip. The color of your clip changes to green. Next, go again to the effects panel and drag and drop again the lens distortion to your nested clip. Back on effect controls, set again the curvature to 100. Since we have white space again, get rid of it by scaling the clip up. As you can see, we already have a nice distortion look, which is exactly what we want. Next, click on File at the top, then New, and create a color matte. You can leave the settings as they are. So always press OK. On your project panel, you can then drag and drop the color matte above your clip. Extend it to the full length of the clip. Click then back on effect controls, and the first thing you do is to scale it up to around 150 so we have clean black corners later since we are working with a feather now. So go down to the opacity and click on the round eclipse mask. Click on inverted to see your clip. Next, click on mask expansion and extend it till you almost touch the corners of your frame. To smooth out the sides, we bring up the mask feather to around 45. That's actually it. You can still play with the settings if you want to enhance the look. You see here, it looks dope already. To enhance the look, just play with the mask settings like we just did. Let me know if you have questions for this effect. Check it out how dope it looks. Okay, let's start straight and duplicate your clip by holding the Option key on Mac or Alt key on Windows and drag the clip up with your mouse. In the Effects, search for Luma key and drag it to the copied clip. Search then Gaussian Blur and drag it also to the copied clip. In the Effect controls, go down to Luma key and bring the threshold to 20, and on Gaussian Blur, the blurriness to 200. On opacity, you set the blend mode to screen and bring down the opacity till you like the glow effect. You see the before and after? That's it. The glow effect is nice and easy to do. Let's jump to the next one. So to make this effect, you need to have some clips which are 9 frames long. Drag the first small clip above your first clip and search for the transform effect. Drag the transform effect to the clip. Next, go to the effect controls, and on transform, you go to the beginning of the clip and make a keyframe on position. This is very important. Once you are on the first frame, bring your clip above the first one till you don't see it anymore. Set the shutter angle to 180 to have a motion blur. Then move 3 frames to the right and set another keyframe on position and bring down the clip so you see it again. You see the first clip have already this nice shutter movement with motion blur. Next, we are going again to the beginning of this clip now and go 3 frames to the right and drag another small clip to it. This we repeat with all other clips. What I also want to mention, make sure the clips you are using have some movements because it will look much better. The last clip is a bit longer since this is the clip after our effect. Highlight now the first small clip and copy the transform effect in the effect controls. Highlight now all the other clips and paste the transform effect to them, and you are done. You see how dope it looks. Let's pimp this a bit. In the description, you can download film burns for free. Put one of them to your timeline and find a position where you want to start the film burn. On the effect controls, set the blend mode to screen to see your clip. Drag the film burn to the beginning of the last clip. Last, make sure to combine this effect with a nice sound effect and you are done. This is the rapid shutter effect, which is very simple to do. So let's start straight with 2 sport clips. First, go on each of the clips on the top right and make a right click on FX with your mouse and click on time remapping and then speed. Once you are done, go to the middle of the clips and hold the Shift key and the left arrow to jump around 20 frames to the left. 1 shift jump are 5 frames. Then click on the pen tool, mark it on the clip. Do the same with the other side and hold the Shift key to move on the right 20 frames. When you are done, choose the standard selection mouse and bring up the speed to around 500% on both sides by holding the parts with your mouse. Let's zoom in so you see it better. Then go to the last part of this marker and jump again around 5 frames to the right by holding the Shift key. The same you do with the other side. Make sure to jump here again around 5 frames and bring this little marker to the right so the speed ramp of the first clip is a bit longer. I always do it with around 5 frames, but you can make it longer if you want. Close the gap and then create on this little marker a curve so the speed ramp appears smooth and ends smooth. Do this again on both sides. Let's see how the speed ramp looks. When it's choppy, make sure to render it out. Let's bring some motion blur to it by creating an adjustment layer. Drag it on the start of your first marker and end it on the last marker. The motion blur is always working when you do this speed ramp effect. Let me show you how simple it is to create it. The first thing you need to do is to go to the Effects panel where you search the Gaussian blur effect. Drag it to the adjustment layer. Go to the effect controls, and on blurriness, you set a keyframe on the first frame. Then you make another keyframe on the second marker of our speed ramp with around 17%. Next keyframe again with 17% on the other marker, and last keyframe with 0 and bring it to the end. Look how damn smooth it looks. Let me show you another speed ramp within a clip. Let's go with this clip where this guy is taking of his shirt. As we just learned, go to the top right of the clip and make a right-click in FX and click on Time Remapping on Speed. Go to the part where he put off his shirt and click on P on your keyboard or click on this pen tool to mark this frame. Go to the part where he took off his shirt. This time we make the speed around 300%. Then again, go to the marker, hold the Shift key, and with the right arrow you jump around 2 times to have around 10 frames. Space out the keyframes and do the same thing with the other part of the clip to have similar length. Smooth out the curve, it's better when you zoom in a bit to see them better. Click on the marker in the middle and hold your mouse and bring it to the left till you get a nice curve. Do the same with the other side. Looks already smooth. Again, create an adjustment layer to the speed ramp on the exact same part where we made our markers. Then on the effect controls, drag and drop the Gaussian blur again. On the effect controls, you make a keyframe on the first marker with 0 and on the second with around 17 again. Then on the next marker, again a keyframe, and on the last one, you set all back to 0. Speed ramps are a must for every editor. I hope this is clear now. Let's jump to the next effect. So let's start and click on this text tool here and type your text in the preview window. Next, go to the Properties panel, and the best font for this effect is the Montserrat Black. Here, you don't make any adjustment, but down on Align and Transform, we can now scale the text up by holding Scale with your mouse. Try to cover the whole frame with the text. These 2 Align buttons help you to center it. Let's scale it a bit more and align the text again. When it's too big, scale it down and align the text again. This looks good now. Next, extend the text layer to match the length of your video. In the Effects panel, search for the Track Matte key and drag it to your video clip. In the Effect controls, you go to this effect and set the matte to Video 2. This depends on which line your text is. If you have any questions, just let me know. So let's start with these clips and make an easy flash transition in seconds. Create an adjustment layer, which you then drag into your timeline. Go 3 frames to the left and 3 frames to the right, so we have a 6 frames adjustment layer. Search the brightness and contrast effect in the Effects panel and drag it to the layer. In the Effect controls, go to the first frame and set a keyframe with 0 and move then 3 frames and set the brightness to 100 and contrast to 40. Set another keyframe on the next frame with 0 and drag it to the end of the layer. That's it, you see how simple it is. If you hold the Option key on Mac or Alt key on Windows, you can copy the adjustment layer and drop it between 2 other clips. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Drag this VHS Transition and drop it between 2 clips. You can download it for free in the description. Make a right-click on the transition and scale it up to frame size, since this is a 4K effect. You can use this length of the transition or cut it like I do, since I want to have it shorter. If you find a part which you like, go to the Effect controls and set the blend mode to screen. This makes that you see your clip underneath. Looks already dope. What you can do next is to copy this transition and drop it between other clips. I bet these 10 effects are helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.